Albert Einstein famously once said, "In the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity." And with that said, guys, in today's video, we will be taking a look at a potential great opportunity with Facebook stock. What's going on, guys? My name is Emmanuel and welcome back to my channel. And let's just jump straight into this, guys. Facebook, ticker symbol FB, experienced a massive sell-off in Friday's trading. It was down way over 8% if you take into consideration the after hours trading. And that's pretty much wiped out all of its gains since March earlier this year. So for this video, I want us to take a deeper look as to why Facebook had this massive sell-off on Friday, whether the reason for this sell-off will affect Facebook in the short term or in the long term, how this will affect their future earnings and revenue growth, and by the end of this video, we will have all the facts needed for us to decide whether Facebook is still a stock worth buying, and if so, what levels will we be looking to buy at. So don't forget to smash the like button, guys, as it helps my channel grow. If you're new, I want to say welcome, and I hope you enjoy the content, and if you do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see more from me. And with all that said, guys, let's just jump straight into the analysis.
Okay guys, so before we jump into the reasons why Facebook had the sell-off, we have to do a company profile. That's something I like to do with every stock analysis that I do. So today, as you already know, we're looking at Facebook, ticker symbol FB. We want to understand what the story is regarding Facebook. So pretty much they develop products that enable people to connect and share with friends and family, and obviously they connect through their mobile devices, personal computers, in-home devices worldwide, obviously using the Facebook website, Facebook app, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp. So it also provides Oculus, which is a hardware and a software product which allows people to connect via virtual reality. So one of the recent expansion projects that I've found with Facebook, and I find it really exciting for the future prospects, is that Facebook recently partnered with Visa Inc. to launch a new WhatsApp payment platform that they will be first of all launching in Brazil, and obviously the future is to eventually expand it worldwide. But let me show you the article now, guys. It's from Seeking Alpha. And as you can see here, so the new WhatsApp payments are a win-win for Facebook and for Visa, okay? So they're partnering up. WhatsApp has 2 billion users alone. That's an incredible amount of people that use WhatsApp globally. This expansion is quite key because it's not even noted here that it could help Facebook to diversify its revenue, all right? And that's going to take us into the next portion. All right, guys, so since we're on the topic of revenue, how does Facebook generate its revenue? So 98.5% is from advertising. That is a huge amount. It's pretty much the whole company's revenue is dependent on advertising. And then you have 1.5% from fees and payments and whatnot, all right? So that's pretty much Facebook's bread and butter. It's advertising, okay? So their main competitors, you have Google, Google ads, YouTube ads. They're also big players and have a huge market share. And Amazon as well has recently started to provide their own advertising platform, and it pretty much allows the sellers to advertise their products through sponsored ads, display, video advertising, and so on. And I've put here, Jeff must be smiling with Facebook's crisis at the moment. You can just imagine it, right? Like Jeff wants to be in everything with Amazon. They recently acquired another self-driving company, so Jeff just wants to take over the world, so he must be smiling right now with what's going on with Facebook. Alright guys, so let's look at the biggest risk factors surrounding Facebook right now. And for me, I think, well, not even that I think, they are overly dependent on advertising as their only substantial revenue stream. I mean, 98.5% is a huge amount, okay? So when you attack their advertising, which is their main revenue, you pretty much attack the whole of Facebook, okay? So that's a huge risk factor. Alright guys, so let's take a look at what is causing the massive sell-off, okay? And I think that it's a combination of 3 factors, alright? So the first factor is the Rona, alright? That had a severe impact on Facebook's advertising revenue in their first quarter of 2020. And it was actually identified in their most recent quarterly report, which I will take you to now. Alright guys, so if you have a look at Facebook's recent quarterly report, You can see here that there's actually been some positives, but there's also been some negative. Okay, so looking at the engagement, all right. So DAU stands for daily active users. MAU stands for monthly active users. MAP, as you can see here, is family monthly active people, and DAP is the family daily active people. Okay, so looking at their engagement, they said here that they've seen an increased engagement as people around the world sheltered in places and used our products to connect with people and organizations they care about. So that's a plus, okay? Now here is the main concern, okay? And here is how the Roni Rona affected business. So it says here in revenue that we experienced a significant reduction in the demand for advertising, as well as a related decline in the pricing of our ads. Okay, so they've had to even drop how much they charge for ads over the last 3 weeks of the first quarter of 2020. All right, so that's the opening statement for revenue. So due to the increasing uncertainty in our business outlook, we are not providing specific revenue guidance for the second quarter or full year of 2020. So it's pretty much they're writing it off. They don't know what's going to happen for 2020, which is quite alarming. All right, but they also ended off with a positive. They said after the initial steep decrease in advertising revenue in March, we have seen signs of stability reflected in the first 3 weeks of April. Okay, which is a plus. All right, guys, with that said, let's head back to the slide. We've identified that Ronnie Rona had a severe impact on Facebook's advertising revenue in the first quarter. And I think, this incited fear amongst investors, but not enough for it to affect the share price as it rose a further 18% from the earnings release. However, a decline in revenue is still a factor. You can't overlook that. And let me quickly show you their charts. As you can see, guys, from the charts here for Facebook, on the 29th of April, they actually released their quarterly report, and the price actually jumped and it rose a further 18%. So the news of a decline in revenue from the advertising didn't really scare investors, judging from their reaction, because I guess it was kind of expected. So the second cause of this massive Facebook sell-off, I believe, is also the Facebook's lack of action towards political figures' hate speech, which happened earlier in June. I'm not going to mention who the political figure is, but do your own research. And that led to a virtual walkout amongst Facebook employees on June 2nd. I believe that this stunted the growth. Okay, guys, so let me quickly show you what I'm talking about. Alright, guys, so as you can see, this is a report from CNN on the 2nd of June, and it says, not physically being in the office hasn't prevented some workers from walking out. Okay, so some Facebook employees staged a virtual walkout over the CEO Mark Zuckerberg's decision not to take action on a series of controversial posts from the political figure. Okay, so what this walkout meant was that employees just logged off for the day in protest, okay, because obviously no one's going into the offices, so they all logged off, and that was their protest. Okay, and looking again at the charts, guys, as you can see, on the 2nd of June right here was when the walkout was staged. And like I said, this is what I mean by it stunted the growth. The price went up a bit, but it dropped again, and it just kind of lingered around. It didn't really go anywhere, so I believe that stunted the growth. So the third major factor, guys, is when major corporations across the US suspended advertising partnerships with Facebook as a result of their lack of action towards hate speech. And I believe this really was the straw that broke the camel's back. All right, guys. So let's take a look at these corporations that's actually suspended the advertising from Facebook, okay? Alright, guys, so starting from American Honda, they're suspending till through July. You have this company, I'm going to try and pronounce through July. Ben and Jerry's, oh really, ice cream, love them. Birchbox, you had Coca-Cola, Eddie Boer, whatever you call it, Habitat for Humanity, and all Levi Strauss and Co, big name. You've got Magnolia Pictures. All of these companies all staged. Unilever, which is quite recent. Again, Upwork, wow, Upwork as well. Verizon as well was one of the biggest names the past week. So all of these companies have pretty much suspended their advertising with Facebook as a form of protest. And as I mentioned, guys, as soon as investors started to see all of these businesses cutting ties with Facebook, the stock crashed. Alright, guys, so why is this an opportunity? Okay, if everyone is fearful, if everyone is selling, Facebook, 98% of their revenue is with advertising, and all of these massive companies are cutting their ties. How is there an opportunity in this? And this is why. I think these boycotts are temporary / short term. They have announced that they are merely suspending, Not completely getting rid of, but they're just suspending their advertising with Facebook. A suspension is not permanent, a suspension is temporary, okay? I also think reputation plays a part. You know, these companies are attempting to portray a good moral image to the public. So I think, guys, that a huge majority of these companies, if not all, will eventually return to Facebook for advertising. All right. The fact is, advertising is an absolute essential part of a business's or corporation's growth. And I put hashtag facts because it is true. And Zuckerberg as well has also recently come out and said like Facebook are going to be implementing new policies as a response to the growing concerns. Okay, so try and ease the boat. All right. So as you can see here, guys, by an article published by Seeking Alpha, it pretty much points out Zuckerberg announces Facebook policies on voting issue and hate speech. All right, so Zuckerberg's come out like a top CEO that he is, and is trying to steady the ship. Okay, guys, so that brings me on to my conclusion. All right, I said Facebook saw an increase in users. Okay, that was in their first quarterly report, which we identified. I think this is quite significant, all right, for future revenue and future growth. Okay, now you've captured more people using their platform than before the lockdown. Facebook also has one of the best balance sheets in the business. Okay, and let's take a look using Yahoo Finance. Okay, guys, so we're on the balance sheet for Facebook, and just take a look at this. They have $60 billion in cash, and they only have 10 billion in debt. They pretty much have no debt. They've got more than enough cash to cover their debt position. And then also, guys, look at their beautiful current ratio at 4.60. They've also experienced a growth in their stockholders' equity, guys, which is an indication that the assets are growing much faster than the liabilities, as you can see the growth here. Taking a look at their free cash flow position as well, guys, from their cash flow statement, as you can see, the cash flow is nice and healthy, it's positive, and it's been growing year on year. Also, I think, guys, with the recent merger with Visa Inc., it's an incredible opportunity that will create a much needed secondary significant revenue stream for Facebook, which will lead to an increase in its future revenue and its future earnings. Okay, so that merger is not to be overlooked. Visa is a massive company as well. I think now is an incredible opportunity to get your hands on a wonderful company that at the moment is going through a crisis, but we can capitalize on that crisis by getting Facebook at a good price.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed my analysis of Facebook. For full disclosure, I started to build my Facebook position when it touched $215, and I'm hoping that it goes even lower. My price targets to add to my positions are roughly at $205 or $200, and I would really love Facebook if it drops below $200 so I can even pick up more shares at a cheaper price and dollar cost average my position lower. With that said, guys, make sure you do your own due diligence and your own analysis before you decide to invest in any stock or any company. A fantastic book that I can recommend that will help you with your investing knowledge is One Up on Wall Street by Peter Lynch. He's a legend, and the link is in the description below, guys, so grab yourself a copy, invest in your knowledge. And if you want to start investing, I would highly recommend my broker, Trading 212. Click the link in the description below, and Trading 212 will give us both a free share if you sign up. With all that said, guys, don't forget to smash the like button once again, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to see more content from myself. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.